Hey everyone, 330 wheel horsepower, and check this out. I listened to you guys. Stock hood, it fits. Fits with zero rain guard modifications. So let's get into the details. So what you're seeing here is version 2 of the intake. It may not be quite so obvious from up here, but let me take something off real quick. So now that you can see a little bit clearer, this is a completely new version of the intake, and it basically reduces the overall height by about 30 millimeters. The runners are still the same length. In fact, let me just keep pulling this apart so you guys can see more. And what you're seeing here is how I made up that 30 millimeters worth of height reduction without reducing the length of these runners. Essentially, these three pipes here are the bank 1, the rear bank, and these three are the front banks. So they actually cross over. That allows us to make the ports a little bit straighter. Plus, since I control the entire size now, the port volume is a little bit bigger, which should help make a little bit more power with big cams. It won't make much of a difference on the small cams. Plus, it also has the added benefit. The lower manifold is actually the worst casting on the 2GR, especially when you get to the newer motors. It looks like the tooling was just getting old and Toyota never bothered replacing it. Honestly, it looked like it was getting created by a completely different manufacturer than created all the rest of the castings on this motor, which are absolutely beautiful and spotless. So this completely replaces that. And as you can see, I'll get into more details why later, but it also replaces the fuel rails. Now, of course, it can't be quite that easy to make that much power. So I did also have to do some internals to the engine. I replaced the camshafts. I used the Kelford 263-A cams. And then I also used the small valve spring upgrade that I make. On the outside of the motor, this is effectively the normal 2GR swap that you can do. The exhaust, though, I did go for the Wilhelm Raceworks X pipe. That does make a little bit more mid-range, and I have not A/B tested it in the top of the range, but it seems like it might also be adding a little bit of top-end power. That's more testing to be determined there, but it has been proven to add mid-range power. And on top of that, beyond the, frankly, fantastic exhaust note, here's a short clip. Even here on D-cell, it's not causing any funny noises. And while you guys can't smell it, I can't smell it either. This exhaust actually has catalytic converters on it. As I've gotten a bit older, I've realized that, you know what, I don't want my cars to stink. I don't necessarily want them to be quite as shouty, and catalytic converters solve both of those problems. You can still get a fantastic exhaust note. In fact, it takes a little bit of the high frequency stuff out, and mostly it just takes the smell out. You know, I'm tired of this hobby making me smell like raw gas. These days, I even have a catalytic converter on the race car. And while I'm sure that sounds rather simple, this is really just playing into this Toyota engine's strength. We didn't have to change any valves, we didn't have to do any porting. The only thing we've done to the inside of the motor is cams and valve springs, left the heads completely stock otherwise. And then everything else is just bolted onto the outside, and it's running on the factory ECU. Now, a tuned version of the factory ECU. If you're interested in all that, there's a link to my website that has all of the links that you're looking for all of the parts in here, the ones that I sell or not, even the external parts. And yeah, let me take the intake off and show you some of its other party tricks that I know some of you guys are even more interested in. So here it is, and it does have a couple secrets. First is these fuel rails here. You can see these are the shorty 980cc Bosch injectors that I really like. And then if we look on the other side, see with the fuel rail installed just a little bit higher, I don't have spacers in here, but this will come with spacers. The factory injectors can also fit. Now, that's nice and all, and it really does help make that, well, this right here, that 330 horsepower makes it a lot better budget, because if we run these at 4 bar, we can get that on the stock injectors without needing bigger injectors. But the part that I keep getting requests for is individual throttle bodies. And on this one, you'll notice these are round, which makes it a lot easier to adapt to throttle bodies. And the spacing of this mounting here is such that the standard IDA/IDF 65 millimeter diagonal bolt pattern on a lot of the throttle bodies out there, I can make a plate. And in fact, that plate will be made pretty soon and available. I'd like to work with somebody that's going to be using these with ITBs to actually get that final fit and finish and everything done right. But these will work with individual throttle bodies if you're into that kind of thing. And then of course, there's the lower plate. This part here is actually machined in-house on my own CNC machine, which does open up a lot of possibilities. It does mean that if somebody has a different manifold or some slightly different requirements, in particular, you know, there's this intercooler right here, that if we make a plate that doesn't have any trumpets, just has radiuses right at the bottom, and reduce this by about 10 millimeters, that intercooler will fit on top of this stack underneath the hood with no modifications. So doing this in-house really does open up some interesting possibilities. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to bring this to you guys. Realistically, I think I can get this set up all the way up to 350 wheel horsepower. It's just going to need a little bit more tweaking, a little bit more tuning, but it'll definitely be able to get there. Part of it also is this is the E153 transmission, which does have much higher losses. The other thing that would be nice to experiment with is this setup, but with high compression pistons. Since I do have to take it apart again and rebuild it, I think I'll probably go ahead and throw some high compression pistons in there. That'll give us about 5% more power. That'll clearly push us, well, that'll push us close to the 350 wheel horsepower. And I think I've got a couple other things I can do in the tune to get us over that mark while still being on the stock ECU and stock injectors. So hopefully you guys are interested in this. At the end of the day, I mean, I love making these videos, but selling these parts is what actually pays the bills. So enjoy, and we'll see you guys in the next video.